The corporate shill media shows once again why no one actually trusts anything they say, and this is another classic example of why they are losing all of the momentum that they used to have, all of the power and the influence that they used to have, because the independent content creator is here to call them out on their garbage. This right here from Kotaku is a classic example of that. Sweet Baby Inc. doesn't do what some gamers think it does. No, one company isn't forcing diversity into all of your favorite video games. Do we know who wrote this article? Let's see. This person right here, Alyssa. Let's check this person's Twitter account. Hi, you can't be racist against white people. Thanks for tuning in. There you go, right there. So there's the person that wrote the article. I spoke to the team at Sweet Baby and infiltrated the Discord group, rallying against them to try and paint a clearer picture of what the fuck is going on. What a garbage person. And this type of stuff right here, like the headline says it all. They're trying to tell you that this is not happening right here. They're trying to tell you this isn't happening.
If you're a creative working in AAA, which I did for many, many years, put this stuff up to your higher-ups, and if they don't see the value in what you're asking for when you ask for consultants, when you ask for research, go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want.
Terrify them. That is the co-founder of Sweet Baby Inc. saying that if they don't get what they want, they will terrify them with threats. That's right, the social media cancel mob. If you don't put the diversity, inclusion, and representation into the video games that we want, then we are going to destroy you. And it says Sweet Baby Inc. is not the largest narrative design company in the games industry, nor is it solely responsible for the characters and stories in recent high-profile releases like Alan Wake 2, God of War Ragnarok, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, but good luck telling some gamers that. Last month, one of the company's consultants discovered a Steam group dedicated to detecting games that Sweet Baby Inc. has worked on. The purpose? To encourage people to avoid those games because the group had deemed SBI was publishing a woke agenda by working towards greater diversity, equity, and inclusion. The Steam group now has more than 100,000 followers and its own Discord that boasts nearly 2,000 members. But this ire against Sweet Baby Inc. and DEI initiatives in general isn't new. In October 2023, Kiwi Farms Post shares similar sentiments, stating that the company's involvement in Remedy's award-winning 2023 action game Alan Wake 2 was possibly one of the biggest scandals in gaming history. Well, that group that you're talking about is up to 194,000 followers. And we here at Geeks and Gamers have spoken with the person that created this group, and we are going to be having an interview with him on geeksandgamers.com, which we already have this article over here that kind of breaks down a lot of what has been happening with Sweet Baby Inc. and their employees, and you can read that article over on geeksandgamers.com. Sweet Baby Inc. employees showing misunderstanding of and outright disdain for gamers. They hate gamers. They despise you. They despise everything that you stand for. And that is the whole point behind this. And while Sweet Baby Inc. isn't the only company involved, this right here is starting to shine a light on it. And even normies in the middle that typically don't like to talk about controversial stuff like, you know, the sludge and filth over here at Geeks and Gamers, of course, we'll do that because we're not scared to get our hands dirty. We're not scared to call bullshit out, and we've been doing it for a long time. We've been branded something from Hollywood, another thing from big tech, another thing from the mainstream. It doesn't really matter. We're here to call it out because protecting all of this shit matters to us because we actually are gamers. We actually are geeks. We actually are nerds. And we're tired of seeing this shit hijacked by companies like Sweet Baby Inc. And it's going to continue until people stand up. Here's Grum says, the Kotaku article completely forgets to include the fact that Sweet Baby bullying and trying to cancel the Steam group and user is what started it all. This just led in with gamers started to harass Sweet Baby Inc. That won't work anymore. Everyone can see what Kotaku is doing. Twitter won't suppress them anymore. 1,000%. And this is only the tip of it. I do believe that this Sweet Baby Inc. situation is going to continue to get worse and worse and worse. Now, this article is completely garbage here, and there's no need to go through it all the way. If you want to find an internet archive of it, don't give Kotaku your clicks if you don't want to. Of course, you can if you want, because you're free to do whatever the hell you want. But, you know, Kotaku is trash, and that's why we're doing our best to build up geeksandgamers.com to not compete with this, but to completely destroy it and overtake it, because we're tired of their lies. We're tired of their nonsense. We're tired of the bullshit. There are way too many nerds out there. There are way too many geeks. There are way too many gamers, and they don't really care about this stuff. But now you're seeing so many people wake up to this reality and this Sweet Baby Inc. story. While Sweet Baby Inc. is not the biggest problem, they are certainly a problem, and they are a small part of a much bigger problem. And this is waking up so many people to this reality. And while I follow a lot of these other gaming channels, some of them have not touched this story, and they typically don't touch a lot of these controversial stories, but it will be interesting that the more and more this steam picks up, will they eventually start covering it? That will be the interesting perspective on this, because when you start seeing a lot of these safer gaming channels, and I'm not saying that necessarily to criticize them, because I'm actually a big fan of a lot of them, and I'm not going to name names to put them on blast, because I genuinely am fans of a lot of the gaming channels right now that try to stay above a lot of this stuff. And if that's their choice to leave the filth to people like me, so be it. I'll swoop in there and I'll cover the filth. I'll cover all the dirty shit. I don't care, because it doesn't matter. They can label me whatever they want to. They've been doing it for years and years, and I'm just saying, we're here for it. Bring it on. The 199 can stand, and we can take it. But it will be interesting. Will some of these other more safer gaming channels start talking about this? Because this is a massive problem. The gaming industry is in serious trouble right now outside of Nintendo. And while, again, Nintendo has their own set of problems with, you know, suing people and things like that, in terms of if you're looking at just in the games department, providing games, providing software, providing hardware, and delivering it to the customer, Nintendo's doing a pretty damn good job of that, and they tend to stay out of the identity politics bullshit for the most part. But everywhere else, you're seeing this across the board. Now, there are a ton of great independent games out there, and I hope that we can start highlighting some of those games on geeksandgamers.com and other places. But the rise of independent media has been a massive, massive blow to the mainstream. And the more we're going to see independent creators, whether that be in movies, video games, comic books, or wherever, that is the name of the game. And we are going to do our best to support it here. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.